Adelea, thank you so much for joining me for today's podcast. So just a quick background, Adelea was my client before and then now my neighbor and also my friend. So yeah, they purchased their property just probably 5 houses from us.
Yes.
So anyway, in today's video, we're gonna talk about life differences from Dubai because Adelea is from Dubai and she moved here and her family to Calgary in Canada, basically.
Yeah.
So, Adelea, and by the way, for you guys who are watching, if you're curious what ate means a sign of respect because she's older than me.
Oh, yeah. A little bit older.
Yeah, so a little bit older than me. So, ate in Filipino is a way of respect.
Yeah.
So, if you're just wondering, because I'm calling her Adelea.
Yeah.
So, anyway, Adelea, can you tell us about yourself and your background?
Oh yeah, sure, definitely. First and foremost, I would like to thank you for having me here. It's
of course.
It's such an honor. It's a pleasure. So about myself, so my name is Leia. I'm from Philippines. So I moved to Dubai actually in UAE long time ago, around 13 years ago. So I worked as an accountant, and then I got married, and then we both decided to move here in Canada. So before moving here in Calgary, we moved first in New Brunswick. That's where my husband found a job.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that's our employer that sponsor our PR. So
from Dubai.
From Dubai. So
but it was the same company though.
No, it's different.
Oh, it's a different employer.
Yeah, it's a different employer. So upon moving in New Brunswick, we became PR right away on the spot because they have a special program there.
Oh wow, lucky you!
We actually applied our PR before we left Dubai.
Okay, gotcha. But that's crazy. That's really awesome because nowadays it's harder, right?
That time it was easier because at that time it was in 2017 there were less people and Canada was really looking for more people to
Gotcha.
So yeah, we moved in New Brunswick and then we realized we are not ready yet. So then we moved back to Dubai a year after.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that's the crazy story.
Gotcha.
So we moved back to Dubai after in 2019 and then we stayed there for almost 2 years. And then pandemic came.
Okay.
And then, of course, my husband just got redundant from the job. And, of course, he wants to come back here. And I resigned from my job. And then we returned here in Canada, but still in New Brunswick.
Okay, so he was the one who decided, pushing to go back to Canada.
Yes. Though we planned to come back, but not that early. So it just happened that the pandemic came. Otherwise, we would stay longer.
But good thing, after 2 years, your employer still... Or you are already permanent resident?
We are already a permanent resident when we left. Otherwise, we would not leave.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Sounds
so
good.
when we moved to Dubai, I found a different employer. And then we moved back. I was jobless. My husband was jobless, and we found a job. And it's still my same employer since then.
Okay.
So and then my husband.
But that's a lot of courage, though, from Dubai moving back to Canada without any secure,
in the middle of pandemic.
In the middle of pandemic too, right? And that's crazy. It's a big challenge, that's for sure.
It was a challenge, definitely. I had a lot of mental breakdown, emotional breakdown, to be honest.
Yeah.
But of course, I think that's part of it. Everybody was experiencing
100%.
the same phase of their life. But then we managed to overcome that because we wanted to build a family in Canada. So we have no other choice but to strive and survive. So it's like a survival mode since we moved here. I think we're not the only one who experienced that.
Yeah.
So upon moving here, after a few months, I got a job, which is still my employer now.
Okay.
And then my husband also. And then we've been working from home ever since.
Oh, even your husband's working from home?
Yeah,
Or
that
on off,
time.
on off?
And then we moved to Calgary.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
After, I think, 3 years. That's why we are here now. And now my husband moved to a different employer, which is in downtown. And I'm still working in the same
Got it. Yeah, actually,
employer.
probably it really
Working
depends on your
remotely.
goal, right?
Yeah.
On your goal, because I know life is a bit challenging sometimes, but
Yes.
I mean, if you focus on what you really wanted, although that's true, you'll get mental
A
breakdown,
lot.
you'll question your decision making in life, right?
Yeah.
Why we're doing this and stuff like that. But again, it really depends on your goal and what you really wanted to do.
Honestly, at that time, I questioned our decision of moving in Canada the first time because it was a big difference since we moved from Dubai to Canada. The lifestyle is definitely different. The way people think and behave there and here are different.
Actually, that's the next question actually.
Yes.
So what was life like for you and your family back in Dubai?
Well, that's a good question. The life in Dubai is basically something that I think everybody would like to live with, because when we moved it in Dubai, well, honestly, when we moved there, it was not easy. Especially when you're single, it's easy because you only manage yourself. But once you start having a family in Middle East, everything will be expensive. But at the same time, you are earning good amount of money. But not everybody will experience.
And also, it's tax-free.
It's tax-free. That's the one thing. It's tax-free. So when lifestyle in Dubai, there's a lot of big malls, a lot of theme parks. Kids will enjoy. And then even though I know it's hard, the challenge there is definitely the cultural differences. People are working in different way, even the way they behave, the attitude. But
in Dubai,
of course, yes.
So you can say that compare from Dubai, here people are a little bit calm, a little bit more respectful.
Yeah. So for me, I just don't want to be bashed eventually, because just a disclaimer, whatever I say now, it's just based on my experience. Because not everybody will have the same experience as mine.
Exactly, 100%.
Yes. So I just want to say that. So for me, when I was in Dubai, I was lucky enough to find good employer, good colleagues. I will still experience some people that hard to work with, but that's everywhere around the world. So when I was there, I could say that I have a work-life balance. And even though I would work overtime, only sometimes on month-end closing because I work in accounting, but then afterwards, you feel relaxed, you feel happy, you don't feel depressed because there's a lot of way to distress when you are there.
Got it. And you don't have winter, right?
We don't have winter. That's a big difference.
So you have a lot of things to do in Dubai or on that particular country, compared to Canada. Because here in Canada, we have at least 5-6 months of winter. So that's a lot of it's pretty much half of the year, right? No, because March. No, we still have snow in March, April, May, June, July, August, September. Yeah, pretty much 6 months.
Yes.
So, I mean, it really depends on how you're gonna adapt, right? But, I mean, what can we do? So
we came from tropical country. We like hot.
I know, yeah. So from the Philippines, like super hot and whatnot.
And we still drink coffee even though it's hot and we wear jackets.
So what motivated you and your family to move back to Canada? Since there's a lot of, you mentioned earlier, there's a lot of things to do in Dubai. It's pretty, there's a lot of things to distress. If you're super stressed out with your work, with your relationship or whatever, there's a lot of things to do. So what motivated you and your family to go back to Canada?
It only started when we started having a family, my husband and I. So we started thinking about the future. So I know life in Dubai is very nice, it's good, but everything we have there is temporary. So and also you become more materialistic because you have to have a latest gadgets, we have the whatever is
every luxury,
the luxurious thing in the world. But once you become a mother or you become a father and you have a child with you, you will think about the future. So basically that's one thing that Dubai cannot give to us, which Canada is something to offer to people. So that's the main reason. So we just want to give our kids to have a good life, and of course retirement place. So because my husband is not from Philippines, and so we wanna at least we set in something in between. So we go in a country that we can both settle in together.
That's true. And the thing too is probably whatever country you go to, I think it's all about, again, going back to the mindset and then what your goals are. Because I arrived in Canada back in 2017 and I don't have any goals. I was like, I'm here. Ta-da! I'm here. So because my wife was here, so I was like, okay, I'm here. So what now? Then eventually, that's true. Once you get your family, you have your kids, your priorities in life will change. Your lifestyle will change as well. Again, it's it is what it is, right? We have to prioritize our kids and stuff like that, our
Correct.
family.
Yeah,
So,
correct.
yeah. Your first year in Canada, what was your first impression?
Well, in my first year in Canada,
Because for sure that was like, it's like a culture shock still, right? Because
Yeah.
from Dubai, how long you been in Dubai? Like,
almost 10 years in
10
and out because I've
10
been
years,
going
yeah.
in and out. Yeah.
yeah, 10 years and then moving to Canada, it's like,
Well, to be honest, I would talk about first my expectation.
Mm-hmm.
So before moving in Canada, my expectation was too high. To
Okay.
be honest.
yeah.
And then I moved here. My first impression suddenly, I mean, the expectation changed, and then there's the impression came in. I noticed some of the people most of them are so polite. They are so kind, even though they are stressed out. They are already, some situations going on, especially at work.
Yeah, yeah.
They talk to you in a nice way,
Yeah.
which some kind of different where they came from.
Okay.
So that's one thing that I noticed. And the calmness, the people are so calm, they are so nice. But of course, nothing is perfect. So there are some things that I noticed that kind of like a little bit backwards, some old-fashioned. Like for example, the mails. Because when I was in the other country, everything will be sent to your email. Now here they would send it on a snail mail, and you have to get it in the box.
Gotcha.
right?
Yeah.
So
everything's paperless in Dubai.
yes, paperless.
Pretty much.
Paperless.
Or paperless, like 100%.
paperless.
Oh.
Yes. So that's one thing that I noticed. So well, everything is developing. So
Yeah,
I know Dubai
for
is
sure.
some kind of advanced in everything, but Canada is also trying to improve whatever they currently have. But in terms of impression, they are all okay. So more calmness here. If you are a kind of person that you don't want a city life, Canada is for you.
It's like a province life, right?
Yeah,
It's
even
like
though
a
you are
province.
living in Calgary,
Yeah.
it's still compared to Singapore or Canada.
Yeah.
Still this is like a province compared to
Yeah. But
to that country.
But comparing to New Brunswick,
Oh, this
'cause-
is different level.
so Calgary is different level.
Yes.
So which one you prefer, like New Brunswick or?
Honestly, I miss New Brunswick. I love New Brunswick.
Oh, really?
Because
That's interesting.
that's the calmness. I miss my life there. When we moved in Calgary, I started to feel rushing all the time. Like everything is moving fast.
Yeah.
In New Brunswick,
It's a little bit slower.
it's low. I can calm down. But the thing is, the healthcare. That's the problem.
What do you mean?
The healthcare there is not like, I think it's everywhere around Canada. But healthcare there is even worse.
Oh.
Yeah, I have I had a lot of bad experience.
In regards to the healthcare.
Yes.
Well, I think right now what's going on with Calgary,
Yeah.
or nearby city, if you didn't notice, we are growing population-wise in Calgary, and obviously, aside from housing, we need infrastructure, we need hospital, we need schools and stuff like that. So, I mean, wait time right now in the hospitals are crazy.
Crazy, yeah.
Yeah, so if you're not giving birth, good luck. But, hopefully, because again, if a city is growing, we need infrastructure as well.
We have to add
support,
more.
support those people who are living in the city.
The facilities.
Yeah. So
more
we will see. We'll see
hospital.
in 5 more years. 'Cause,
Hopefully.
again, I arrived back in 2017, and there's a lot of things change. Like a lot, it's growing.
Yes.
Right. So the next 5 years, it will be for sure. It will be crazy.
Even the prices are growing.
Oh, 100%. It always does. What are the biggest challenges that you faced the moment you arrived here?
Oh, the biggest challenges. Well, I will be straightforward. It's the depression. Though I know the people are calm, yes, but because of the silence, it's not as noisy as where I came from. So you feel the depression from nowhere. You just suddenly feel it, even before the winter hits. So, like for example, autumn, because the colors of the trees change from green to yellow to red, and you kind of feel like it's so mellow.
Yeah.
So you just suddenly feel it out of nowhere, no reason. I cannot blame anybody. I cannot blame people around me. It's just suddenly you feel it. That's the biggest challenge. And other things like healthcare, of course, number one, aside from the depression, the healthcare. And since we live in a province, there was no public transport.
Oh, really?
So we had to book for, there is, but we had to book for taxi or luckily my husband has car and I also have my license and get my own car eventually. But if you don't have those resources, and how will you go to your work? And taxi there is expensive because most of the people there has their own car.
Yeah, exactly.
So the public transport, if there is, it's just very minimal and expensive. In the place I came from, but in Calgary, it's different story.
But I think that's actually true in regards to depression, because there's a lot of people who get depressed, and I totally understand that as well. It's a huge topic, right? But it's true, but just probably don't let it eat you.
Definitely,
right?
yeah.
But it is what it is. I get depressed as well, right? Especially wintertime. You're so limited.
You can't
Not
go
unless you're like
anywhere.
adventurous, like you want to snowboard, you love skating and hiking and stuff like that. So
I think what also contribute to that is because I'm working from home all the time.
Oh, yeah.
So I've never had a chance to go out.
Yeah.
And plus, I had a little kid that time. My son was only like 2-3 years old.
And he's not talking at the time yet.
Yeah, and we could not bring him like going for hiking or doing something something more fun.
Yeah.
And of course, my husband also has different interests. So I could not do anything.
Yeah.
Well, even when I was
Aside from karaoke.
actually, I was about to say that. That's the only thing distress me when I feel sad or inside the house. I'll just try to find something, cook, do whatever I like to do inside the house, clean the house, or maybe I'll do a small exercise in the living area. That's the only
100%.
thing I do.
Yeah, just probably keep your mind busy. Because you're gonna get crazy. You're gonna get cuckoo. Right?
I almost reached that side.
But again, it's coping up with the situation, what you're currently in, and adapting. So with the next question is, how did you and your family adapt to the cultural differences from Dubai to here? Basically in Canada. Because for sure there's a big difference.
There's a big difference.
Yeah.
We adapt first in terms of how we react on something, because in Dubai, honestly, I had different way of talking to people, because I tend to become more straightforward there, because I don't see people more sensitive in Dubai than here.
Oh,
that's what I noticed.
Really? Hey?
So I kind of hold back here.
Gotcha.
So when we moved here, I learned how to speak calmer and kind of more holding back and filter my words to say.
Yeah.
Because especially at work, because I'm a little bit cautious on what I would say, that I don't want to offend people.
Exactly.
And same as my husband, that's also that's one thing that he adjusted the most. Because he has a different way of talking. He expressed himself differently, and people might misinterpret.
And that was Dubai way.
Definitely.
Yeah. Dubai
we
way.
had a bad experience because of that when we moved here. And
really?
Yeah. So that's how we adapt. So we try to blend in whatever is happening around. We go to the park, because in Dubai we don't go outside park most of the time. We do indoors, like a lot of
because it's
indoor,
super hot, right? Super hot.
So when we move here, we learn to go outside, walk, enjoy the nature. So that's the only way to adapt, because that's what people are doing around the area. So
I thought, because I arrived here, I thought, because in the Philippines it's totally different culture, right? So you have to be super polite, super respectful. So I went here, I was like, holy crap, can you do that? Right? Especially in the hotels, like in the hotel industry here, because I worked back in the Philippines in the hotel industry, and if there is a guest there, it feels like you're praising them. They're like the master, right?
Yeah.
But here, if you're working here and if there's a guest who's like being an a-hole or rude to you, you can kick them out.
Yes, I agree with you.
And that was like, I'm surprised with you. I was like, holy, you can do that here?
Even in the restaurant.
Yeah,
if you
exactly.
are rude to the staff, you will be kicked out
from
the
you're done.
restaurant here.
Yeah, in the Philippines, if you have the money, you're a paying guest, you're like, it feels like they're gonna praise you. You can do whatever you want, right? And that's
they will not
crazy.
do anything to you.
Yeah,
and customers always right in our country.
Yeah, I know. And it's not supposed to be like that, right?
Yes.
People who works as a server, bartender, whoever it is, there are people too. right? So you have to pay respect. You have to give respect to them as well.
Actually, that's one thing I like here. That's what you just said. That because my husband also worked in hospitality before, and he also had some. He worked here for a few years, 1 year before he moved to a different industry. So he worked in hospitality here, and he was also kind of shocked in terms of dealing with customer because before in Dubai you have to be the nicest person when you are
So pretty much
speaking
same,
with,
hey?
yeah, but then when he moved here, he noticed that when he encounter rude customer, you can kick them out.
Yeah.
Where in Dubai you can't do that.
Yeah.
So here, you can be yourself even though in terms of hospitality, because they take care of their employee.
Exactly.
That's one thing. Well, even in my with my employer, they are so nice to us. So they take care of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's true. And it's really good. Like, customer is not always right. That's it.
Yes.
Are there any particular Canadian culture that it gives you a little bit harder to adjust or adapt to?
To be honest, none.
Not really. Yeah.
None, because I found them very easy to to talk with, to talk to. The only thing that as I told earlier, I kind of hold back when I speak to some Canadian, not only the locals but even to other people, everybody. So I kind of hold back because for me, good thing I learned here in Canada is you have to take care of yourself, your mental health, and other people's mental health. You don't want to be the cause of other people's pain here. Yeah, so we are kind of looking after to each other here.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that I actually like. I adapt. So it's not something an issue or challenge to me. It's something good.
Yeah, something good too.
Yeah.
Got it. So what are the strategies that you did or your husband and yourself did for your kids to adjust here? Did you get a hard time adjusting?
Oh no, my son actually, among all of us, he is the one who adjusted very well and enjoyed it here.
Yeah.
Honestly,
oh really? So he preferred to be here.
He preferred to be here
than in Dubai.
Yeah. So that's actually a funny story because the first time we moved here back in 2018, we sent him to a daycare, and he became close to everyone. Even his own daycare teacher. Until now, we still in contact with him because he's so nice. And then back in 2020, when I think 2021, when we moved back again in Canada from Dubai, we enrolled him again to another daycare. He became so close to everyone.
Nice.
So
That's
it's so easy for him to adapt. He's very resilient. He's very friendly. So for me, I had no issue. The only problem with me is when we moved from province to another province. I kind of feel heartbroken for him because he became so close to everyone.
Yeah, all his friends are there.
Yeah.
And what have. And now you moved again, right?
And we move again, and then different school again.
Yeah, different school.
So I told him, this is the last one. I want him to have a constant friend.
Yeah, exactly. Because if you move different places, you get different school, you get different friends, and it's a bit harder for kids to adapt on that. But it happens, right? Life happens, and we have to do things for the better future.
Correct.
Were there any opportunities or challenges finding work here? Do you, like, based on your experience? Because again,
challenges or opportunities.
Yeah, but the thing is, you arrive with an employer, right? But what you feel like in regards to that?
Oh, actually, where I'm lucky enough that even before we arrive in Canada for the first time, I have a job already as an accountant. My husband also has. And then when we moved back to Dubai and then come back here again during pandemic, I was just unemployed for, I think, 2 months, and I found the employer that still my employer.
What year was that?
2020, December 2020.
Okay.
And then
before pandemic.
Pandemic.
Oh, that was pandemic.
That was the lockdown time. In Canada.
Yeah, because I've been reading a lot in Facebook group and stuff like that. There's a lot of people
jobless.
Yeah, they're getting a hard time getting a job right now.
And they were just relying on the CERB, the emergency.
Oh yeah.
CERB, I think. So at the time, people are relying on that only. So I was so lucky enough that I was only unemployed for 2 months when we moved here. So it was a challenge basically, I was scared. I cried a lot of time before I found my job. And then I think my work experience in Canada and in Dubai and in Abu Dhabi actually helped a lot.
Okay.
Because they saw that I am resilient, I can be in anywhere, and I'm still managed to, you know, to keep my job from different parts of the world, Philippines, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, New Brunswick. So they hired me as a permanent employee.
Yeah.
And then eventually they hired my husband.
Oh, so you're now working in the same company?
We work in the same company that time.
Oh, that time.
And then
in
he
New
resigned a few
Brunswick,
months ago.
Yeah,
That's
got
why
it, got
when
it,
we
got
moved
it.
here.
Yeah, got it. So what advice would you give to someone watching this video, planning to move to a different country, or because you've been to different countries, right? So, or in Canada, what would be your advice to them?
Well, the advice that I can give, so if you are from your home country and you want to move to work abroad or to live abroad, make sure you have your, you know, specific goal, because you cannot just leave your home country just because you like to, just because you think it's fun, or because you think you will be rich. It's not. It doesn't work like that.
So that's the misconception, though. So if they move to Canada, or they move to Australia, they move to New Zealand or US, they're gonna get rich. So what do you think about? What's your thought about it?
Well, that also, I can't blame them. It's normal. It's also, everybody would think that way. Not only from Philippines, even from other part of the world. When their family member work abroad, they always think that your money will never run out. But they don't know the hardship, the homesick that we feel,
sacrifices,
all the sacrifices, all the heartaches, all the pains, the physical and mental pain that we experience here. So well, basically the advice I can give is always think of your goal. Why did you move here? Or why do you want to move somewhere outside your home country?
So it's always gonna boils down on what's your why.
Your goal, yes, always.
Your why. So why? Because the thing is, I have friends as well that, hey, I want to move there, blah blah. Like, ask yourself first why.
Yeah.
And then once the hardship is there already, you will go back to your why. And then that's where you're gonna hold on to.
Yeah, because if you don't have reason why you're doing that, you will give up easily.
That's true.
Because
I believe in
that's
that.
That's what I'm always holding on to. For example, now I experience, I'm feeling down. It's depressing. I don't like this. I can actually go back to where I'm from, but I keep on holding on and keep on going because I know I have a goal that I want to meet.
Yeah.
Right. So always ask yourself, why do I want to move? Why do I want to leave my home country? Why do I want to leave my siblings, my family, my mom and dad for this goal? Is it worth it or not? Is it doable? Can I do it? Also, make sure that you know that if you're moving to Dubai, for example, you have to be familiar about the expenses, because it's not like when you move there, you get the money right away. So you have to have idea about the cost of living. Even here in Canada, if you want to move here, you have to be, you know, smart enough to know, to have idea to the place you want to move to. So,
and probably mature enough as well to, you know, do your research.
Yes,
right?
definitely. Yeah.
There's a lot of people who vlogs about their experiences, personal experiences. Because you know what? Sorry, I'm just gonna share it with you, right? Because back in the Philippines, I'm working in a hotel, right? It's luxury, right?
Oh, yeah.
People are looking up to you because you
always look good there.
Yeah, you always look good, right? But I arrived here. I work in a manufacturing company. It's a heater company. It's not that I don't like working there, but I never thought in myself, not of anything, but I never thought in my life that I'm gonna work on that kind of job. Don't get me wrong, it's a good paying job, at least, you know, more than the minimum wage. But again, I was like, holy, what am I doing here? I'm living a good life in the Philippines and stuff like that, and now I'm here, right? So what I did was, you know what, I just challenged myself and then move forward.
Yes, because everyone will not think of experiencing challenges when they move, before they actually move here. And then suddenly, when you move here and you see the reality, oh, this is the life that is waiting for me here. And then some people will just suddenly give up, get depressed, have some mental breakdown. If your goal is not firm and you are not really 100% sure of your decision, you will give up easily. Yeah.
That's true. So again, know your why you want to do this, and then move forward. Do lots of research in regards to that. So yeah.
and also think if it's worthy, because you will leave your family behind, your friends behind. You think if you can up for the challenges, yeah, go for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So how was your lifestyle change from Dubai? Because you mentioned earlier, everything is luxurious, everything is bongacious, right?
Yeah.
But so what was the lifestyle change from Dubai to Calgary or Canada?
Well, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. There's good thing also. So when it comes to lifestyle, well, I think I can say that I have also balances here eventually. At the beginning, it was not easy because you are fighting against yourself.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want here, but I want here and you have to be here. But your other part of yourself saying, I want to go back.
Go back.
Yeah. There's a lot of big change in terms of lifestyle because as I say earlier. Lifestyle in Dubai is different because it's kind of, happy or always find, a lot of good times.
And there's
there.
also a lot of restaurants. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of restaurants here,
A lot
but
of
there is
restaurant,
more way
a lot of options. Yeah, a lot of options. And there it's very easy to purchase new clothes, even it's branded. So the lifestyle that changed here to me, I think is I became more a family person because in Dubai, I could say that I was like more on going outside with friends because I was not worried that somebody will be taking care of my kid because we had a live-in nanny that time.
Okay.
So when we moved here, nothing. We don't have anybody. So we only rely on ourselves.
Yeah.
So the lifestyle definitely changed. So we have
And
to look
you don't
after
have
ourselves.
family members here, right?
We don't have. We are the first generation of our family that moved here, basically. So we kind of feel like we started from zero, in terms of looking after ourselves, financial.
You're gonna learn
stability,
a lot.
a lot, yes,
Yeah.
and also looking after our kid for the first time. That being a hands-on mom, because I'm a career woman. So when my son was born, somebody is looking after him and I'm continuously working. So when we moved here, nobody. So I have to be a full-time mom and a full-time employee at the same time. So that's basically something that changed, which is actually a good thing because I could spend more time with my kids. So
But that's a lot of work, right?
yes, but you know what? Though it's hard, but I kind of say that it's worth it because it's not permanent. Soon my kids will become old and adult,
100%,
and I will not spend time with them anymore because they want to be with friends. So that's how I look at it. So lifestyle change because I don't go out anymore a lot. I spend time more at home, looking after kids, just cooking food, not ordering from outside.
Yeah, probably that's the thing once you got kids, right? You're not drinking anymore because before you love partying.
I don't
right?
have social life anymore here. Plus the fact that I'm working from home, so I don't have much friends at work because everything is virtual.
Yeah.
So yeah, lifestyle definitely is so different, but it depends on you, on the person, how you embrace it, and how you don't want to think it in a bad way.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm just looking at it in a positive way because I enjoy looking after my kids, though it's hard.
It is.
Yes.
Tell me about it.
Yes.
What are some of the things you love doing in here?
Well, some of
I love going to Costco.
Yeah.
that's my thing now.
Now, actually, I became a fan of Tim Hortons.
Oh, really?
Honestly, that is my only ultimate distressor.
Luxury right now.
Also. Like, I know I can make coffee at home.
Yeah.
But sometimes I feel bored on weekend. Oh, let's go Tim Hortons, eat donut. That's it. I'm
with
happy.
Your kids, right?
With my husband, with my kids.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
My happiness actually suddenly changed.
Yeah.
It became, before my happiness was different, just to have a new phone, latest phone, bags. Now it's just give me medium double coffee and one donut. I'm the happiest person.
No, probably I think once you I'm not sure with everyone, but probably once you get your own kid, your family, everything changed. You get matured.
Priority.
You set your priority wise. You spend your money wiser. And so instead of buying luxury bags and stuff because I was the same thing when I was when I was single. I love branded shoes. I love branded clothes.
Same.
But again, it will deteriorate over time.
I remember when we moved here. It took me a while. I think 2 years before I bought new clothes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was like trying to enjoy whatever I have in Dubai, and I'm still wearing it here.
Yeah.
And then suddenly, I think to 2022, that's the only time I bought. But still, I'm not really buying much clothes here.
Compared
of course,
to
Of course, you want to save money because you have your own priorities. The groceries is expensive here. The rental is expensive. So you have to put the priority first before buying other things.
I know, it's crazy. How much were you renting before you moved to your new house?
1,800. Oh, actually 1,900.
1,900.
Yeah.
And that's a 2-bedroom? Is it a 2-bedroom?
It's a 3-bedroom, but it's not the best one, but it's still okay. It's livable. Yeah, but the apartment prior that was actually much better.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha. So we're going opposite now. So what are the things you don't like in Canada?
Things I don't like in Canada.
Sorry, I'm
Did I
roasting you
answer
right
your
now.
question? That's a big. Well, honestly, if I would look around in general, I don't see anything that I don't like here, to be honest. Even though I would complain sometimes about my life here, I would say I'm not happy sometimes because of depression. I don't see anything bad here except the healthcare. That's it. Yeah. Only the
Healthcare,
healthcare.
because it takes so much time
Does take
for
so
you
much.
to fall in line,
And-
to schedule an appointment.
And the frustration that you will encounter because you know you are a good taxpayer. So you give like almost half of your money to government and yet they don't serve us what we deserve for the healthcare. And I had a bad experience back then that
Was it
I
in New Brunswick or here in
in New
town?
Brunswick.
In New Brunswick?
Yeah.
Okay.
That I did not use the healthcare the time that I needed it the most. And I just ended up brokenhearted. And it actually damaged my, I had a mental breakdown after that. But it happens. I know some people might experience the worst than me, but that's one thing I hate. Otherwise, everything is good. But of course, I cannot deny the fact that some kind of backwards here in terms of, I told you earlier, from where the country came from, we work on paperless, and here, like, kind of backward on that. But that one, I embrace it already. So, so the only thing that highlighted me is the healthcare. Yeah.
So far, what is the rewarding aspect of your journey here in Canada?
Oh, rewarding. I think I deserve a big reward. For all
A big Louis
for all the
Vuitton.
tires.
If you're watching this, Clarence, a big Louis V.
Oh, he knows that. I think the most rewarding aspect of moving here in Canada is having more family time.
Got it.
And to be honest, in terms of career, I kind of feel like I'm more blossoming here than when I was in Middle East.
You know what? I noticed that one too. Because once you're performing in a company, right, and they notice that you're doing well, you're doing good, they will take care of you, and they will
Definitely.
promote you. They will,
appreciate.
they will appreciate
Always,
you.
yes.
Yeah.
So that's what I noticed. So that's something that even though, I like to go back to Dubai, I encountered a nice people. My employer was also nice. But here, I kind of feel like I am more taken care of by my employer. And so in terms of career, I don't know if you know, because I'm also enrolling for CPA.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
Congratulations.
actually today, after this interview.
Hey, nice! Congratulations.
Yeah, so I'm enrolling because I want to study, so I want to, ladder up my career eventually. But it will take time. So that's one thing I know. So that's one thing I noticed, that they appreciate you. If you do something good, they will, appreciate you. And you feel that you are valued.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's really good because employers or business owners, they need us as well. They need good employees who can support their businesses. And if you want to grow, if you want growth, and if you have goals to grow, I mean, it's totally different from, now I'm comparing it back in the Philippines, right? Because I've been working in the hotel for 5 years and there's no growth, right?
Yeah.
It's all about, politics. But here, in just 2 years, I was able to, at least rank up my career to the manager level.
Oh, that's
So
good.
yeah, that's why I agree with you with what you said earlier, that everyone, it's easy to grow here.
Yeah, and actually, I
Career-wise.
just want to also give a big shout out to our Filipino community, all the Filipinos who are working abroad, not only in Canada, in Dubai, in every part, Singapore. I noticed that because we are so resilient, because that's how we were trained in our home country. So we are working the best we can, even though you give us small salary, big salary, or whatever. So it just depends on the employer if they would appreciate you.
Yeah.
But we always give our best.
Yeah.
So even if you're working in retail or in hospitality and in the office or outside, if you're working construction, we always give the best.
The best with a smile.
Yes.
Yeah,
Best with a smile. So that's what I like with the Filipino people, like us, and that's also maybe because that's how my parents also raised me. So we also are appreciative.
Exactly.
In everything.
That's true. To wrap things up, is Canada was a better choice for you?
Okay, for me to summarize it, not everyone will agree because it depends on our goal. I can say this is the best country for me, but some other person will say it's not my best country, right? So it's up to you on how you will live here. So for me, I could say that it's not the best yet, and I believe the best is yet to come. I'm working hard on making this country the best for me. So I cannot just rely and wait for the government or the country to make it best for me because everything has to be work hard. So I want to make this the best for me, to be honest. That's why I'm working on my career, at the same time having a good family life and my husband as well. And also we just bought a new property because of Marvin. Thank you.
Again, we're neighbor.
Yeah, that's why we become a neighbor. And actually, it's a big step. When we purchase a property, our own property that we can call home, it kind of gives us a whole lot of different vibes. It gives us a big positivity and big hope that moving here in Canada is best for us. Because otherwise, in the coming years, if we feel like it's not really working, we can change our mind eventually. But for now, we have to work hard at it to make it best.
Yeah, exactly. And again, it will boils down to your mindset, right?
To your goal. That's why for me, I don't want to blame anybody if my life in Canada doesn't prosper or doesn't succeed. It's all about me. It's my own will, my own decision.
Exactly.
So if I fail, because of me, I would not complain. I will not blame Canada, to be honest.
No, that's good. That's a good mindset to have.
Yeah.
Like, because there's a lot of people, and also I've been reading this on social media pages that it didn't work for me because the government people are like that, those kind of stuff, right? So having that kind of mindset, like a positive mindset, will set you different from others.
Actually, I'm not invalidating whatever they say. They have their own reason why they said that.
100%.
Yeah, because for sure their situation is different.
Although for me at least, all situations are different. Correct. But if you have a positive mindset, you will overcome everything.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So always be positive. Always think why you are doing this. If you think it's not worth it, it's okay to give up. You don't need to be harsh to yourself. Yeah.
And start over, right? It doesn't hurt to start over again. And and move forward and set new goals, set new priorities and stuff like that. So, and life is short, right?
Correct.
I mean, you'll never know. For me, I might be dead tomorrow. Who knows? Nobody knows, right? So probably make the most out of it. Again, I do get depressed. I do get anxiety and stuff like that, and I also question myself. But again, it boils down on why you're doing it, right? And also your family is the reason, right? So Adelea, thank you so much for joining me to this podcast. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out, and if you have additional questions, comment down below. Adelea is more than happy to share more in regards with her experience.
If you have questions, just reach out to Marvin, and then maybe I will come back next time.
I know. We can create another podcast. Right?
Yes.
But anyhow, until next time, I'll see you on the next video.
Thank you. Bye.